just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Yo, GMS fam. Let me get myself together. I had to fix my camera from last night on the 3Gs, you feel me? Good Saturday. Good afternoon. I hope y'all having a really good fucking weekend so far. I know I'm having a decent weekend. I can't complain. How y'all feeling today, man? You know, as always, got to start with peace, love, and positivity. All the good vibes in the world, all the great feelings and all that good shit. Just I hope everybody's positive. I hope everybody's doing well. Yo. Shout out to Love Lace, Ben Slim, Lady Aries, OG Mott in the building, Vincent Lee III. What's going on, y'all? So there's a conversation. Let me turn this light down, man. It's already light outside and shit. So there's this conversation that needs to be had that I've been hearing about a lot. What up, James Jones? There's a conversation that we got to talk about, man. I had, and the reason I wanted to talk about this because I had a run-in today. Not a run-in. I don't even know what to call that type of shit when it's like social media involved. It was just a social media interaction with somebody that reminded me of how certain people view us here in America. And when I say certain people, I mean other black people in other countries. There's been a narrative around the fact that our people in other countries really don't fuck with us like that. And I want to know, I want to hear some of y'all opinions on that, but I'm going to talk about some of the things that I've experienced myself and just talk about certain things that have been circulating around that conversation. What up, DP? What up, Kingdom? The Afri Kingdom podcast. He said, much love from Africa. Shout out to you, brother, in the homeland. She said, I'm tired, brother. Mom had a wheelchair event today. That son beat me up. Yo, relax. You have to relax. Rest your loins. You've been doing a lot. You've been being a strong queen for a long time. So please, Love Lace, take some time for yourself too, man. Much blessings for your mother. Hope she's doing a little better. Hope she continues to get through this as well. Vincent Lee III said, I just coached my son football team to their first victory of the season today on my dad's birthday, who no longer with us. I'm having a great day. Shout out to you, man, and rest in peace to your pops. Congratulations to the team, to the football team, to your son, man. You doing your part. You are a wonderful black man, and we appreciate you, brother. Bass CDNT said, this should be interesting. An interesting episode because I'm not a Pan-Africanist. What up, Wonder Man? Now look, so it seems like there's this conversation surrounded around other black people that aren't from America feeling a certain type of way about American black people. And I've had several run-ins where people would do like the stereotypical thing where they think, just like supremacists would think, all black people come from the hood or live in, or in the streets or about the streets, all this other shit. They had, like, a lot of people have a stereotypical view of black people. Sorry, I just got a shower too, man. So my hair dripping too. I brought a towel with me just in case I felt some water dripping down my neck. Anyway, I've seen that and I've experienced it myself. And like I said, today reminded me of it because I was on the book of Face, and I seen somebody comment something about about Kanye West. Hold on, let me read the post to you, right? Let me read the post to you, just so you know what I mean. And I mean unwarranted as fuck. That's another thing. Is like they'll love a lot of shit about America except for the black people. Specific people. I'm not saying all black people in other countries don't like black people. It's just certain groups that just we see it and we hear it. This guy, who I will not name, he said Kanye sold 20 million worth of Donda pre-release merch tickets and live stream royalties, and you are all hating. Americans talk about empowering and supporting black people. All I've seen is disrespect. What's sad is it's always Kanye people bring down. Maybe it's because he ain't got the hood mentality or ratchet personality, but you want to clap for niggas with meaningless music. But when a genius of a black man takes art beyond music and his living expression of creativity, you guys want to hate. Crabs in a bucket. You all fake woke for real. America is still confused. I'ma stay in London. There's more sense here. Did y'all get that? To which I replied, nigga said I'ma stay in London like motherfuckers wanted him to come here. But that was just me trolling. And I proceeded to just kind of body this kid and while he was talking about the differences, and he kept, in his only defense, he kept talking about, you stay in the streets and you in the hood. I hope you love that street mentality. Don't die in the hood. Don't be all this other shit. Putting a whole bunch of, like, sounding like a white supremacist type motherfucker, putting a whole bunch of stereotypes on a black dude from America while you watching all the way from London. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's another thing. Just because you are black in a different country doesn't mean you know what the fuck is going on with black people in America. You see the same shit that confused white people see here in America, who are bigots and who are racist and who hold black people to certain specific stereotypes. You doing the work of them. And then what's funny, right, is I was like, all right, let me see this Black London guy. Let me see who this is. Went to his page, and this motherfucker is some dude out in London who was out there trying to act like he was protesting for Black Lives Matter, holding up signs of George Floyd and shit. Like, hold up, nigga. You talking about black people in the streets? George was out there in the streets. Does your statement still hold the same weight when it comes to George? Probably not. But you in the streets trying to advocate for some shit, talking about, I'm tired of it, and I'm tired. You're not tired of shit. These old fake ass, activist ass motherfuckers that just want to stand in front of a group and feel lit. There's a lot of them out there. We gonna talk about that too. Don't let me forget, chat. Don't let me forget to talk about the fake activists and the certain people out there who be doing shit to try to act like they really care about the people, but no, it's just a moment for them to get lit out here. I know a few of these motherfuckers. I would call them out by name, but so many people so warped out here, especially in Minneapolis. They got some fake activists out here who really be out here just trying to be the person on the forefront, to be the hashtag or to be the most popular trending picture of the day. Ooh, look at me. See, When I was outside, I had I wasn't out there looking for motherfuckers to pull up on me. You see this picture sitting right next to me with me and my fist in the air? Somebody stopped me for that. I didn't ask for that. I wasn't looking for no cameras. I wasn't looking for shit. I was out there happy that Derek Chauvin was sentenced and charged with everything all the way down the line. So I'm out there with my people. I wasn't looking for no photo op. And then on top of that, somebody was like, yeah, you was out there, but you had your GMS jersey on. You was trying to get some product placement. Nigga, I was supposed to do a show that day. Nobody knew what time this nigga was finna get sentenced. That was on 420. We were supposed to do a whole 420 episode that day. I was dressed to do an episode on my channel. And then when they broke the news that the shit was finna happen, I had to dip. I didn't give a fuck what I had on. I was gone. You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all know this, but a lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? And we still did that episode that day, the 420 special episode. But it was like, people really go outside for a photo op. They don't really go out there for their people. You know what I mean? And it's and then on top of that, to be a fake activist. I don't call myself an activist because I'm not out here trying to advocate and trying to be the leader of some shit. I'm trying to be the helping component. Do y'all know what that is? Everybody's so focused on being the leader because they want the motherfucker to they want to have that notoriety. They want that notoriety so bad they want to be the leader of some shit. But everybody that they talking to who they want to change, they're not getting to those people. That it already got to me. I want to be the helping component. I want to be the person to continue to try to give black people a good name and not be stuck in a certain stereotypical mindset. I want to help that. I'm doing my part right here on this platform by doing that type of shit. I'm not trying to be the leader of some shit. Like when I say that, yo, this is GMS family and we all involved and we all grow together, I mean that shit. That's not no psychological shit I'm doing to try to keep people to keep supporting me like most people do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people care about the fans and care about the people that support them in the beginning until they get too big and now they don't really give a fuck and they start talking about the motherfuckers who support them. I'll never do that. That's not the goal at hand. We all supposed to grow together. We all supposed to change and be on one accord and support one another. Why you think I be having the shit where I want people to come on here and promote their shit and talk about what they do and promote their channels? There's definitely other people that come here who have channels who support this channel, who I support and who I want to always big they shit up. I don't care what it is. That's one thing I hate is when somebody has a platform to an actual platform where people have eyes on that shit and watch religiously. They hate when people come to promote their shit. And I don't understand why. There's enough space and enough money for everybody. You know what I mean? Like I'm never that person. I want everybody to succeed in everything that they're doing. And if you come here and you support me, why the fuck wouldn't I support you back? I'm a genuine nigga. Now let's get back to this shit. So and then this goes back to slavery days when they talked about the African slaves who helped sell other Africans into slavery. There's, I feel like, a big group of people who feel like we are the weak links. We're the descendants of the weak links, the people who were weak, which is why a certain comment by a certain woman who I will not name because I don't want to make this about her, when she talked about slavery and said that warriors don't get enslaved, weak men get enslaved. It's like, how could you ever fix your mouth to call a slave weak? And then on top of that, you talking about somebody who's in your family, motherfucker. You live here in America. You are a descendant of the motherfuckers you just called weak. You aren't a descendant of the warrior because guess what? If that warrior was a warrior, he most likely got his ass killed. Honorably. He didn't want to be a slave. He'd rather fight back. And if he got killed, guess what? You're not a part of that. You're not a part of that lineage because that lineage was cut off right there when they killed that man or that woman. You aren't a part of that. So for you to sit there and talk about people that are weak, you are technically a descendant of a weak motherfucker then. If that's how you look at motherfuckers. I hate that. I hate when people try to, who the fuck started the narrative about slavery being something that was weak or that it was a choice? It didn't start with Kanye. Kanye got that mentality from somebody else too. You know what I mean? Like, what started people to try to, like, for some reason look at slavery as something that was a choice or that made people weak or that of course people were scared. Motherfuckers were raping and killing kids. They didn't give a fuck about you or your family. They treated people like, bro, tell me what you would do with no defense. All you had was your motherfucking hands. And these people sitting over here with all types of weapons and all types of ways to keep you enslaved, in chains, and beat and malnourished, not fed, working all day and night, 24 hours a day, no water, beat if you stop. It's crazy. It's crazy how people don't even look at something as simple as that and find like some type of human nature within themselves to not even try to comprehend what it was like to be a slave. And that's a slave in any aspect, whether it be a black slave or whoever was enslaved at any point, or people who are still enslaved today. I'll never, ever in my life even try to understand somebody's point of view in that way. Get the fuck out of my face. And you got a lot of balls to sit there and say that type of shit about the motherfuckers that went through hell just to make sure that you existed. Y'all think it's hard now to be a single parent in 2021 with kids, and you got a roof over your head and can barely make ends meet, barely keep food on the table. Imagine being a single mother who the father is not even with you, probably in some other plantation or probably dead. And not only do you have to work 24 hours a day on a field for free, malnourished, not fed, no water, taking care of masses kids, taking care of your kids. Imagine that. You have nothing to look forward to. At least you motherfuckers get to sit down and watch Netflix. Motherfuckers had to go back to a bale of hay or concrete, lay the fuck down and make sure they get up when they supposed to get up to do what the fuck they supposed to do when they told to do it. I'm gonna try not to get angry. I don't like being angry. Y'all know I don't like being angry. I talk with purpose behind it. Sometimes I got to dial it back. Sometimes I got to stop for a second and be like, all right, don't get mad and don't start saying shit that you don't necessarily want to say. We got to keep it to a point where people can continue to understand what we're talking about. So with this, and it's crazy because the London brother, who I had a little back and forth with, who was saying the stereotypical man-made supremacist shit, like I said, on his profile, trying to act like he was some type of activist or like he really gave a fuck about black lives out there marching and shit back that, and these videos are from last year. Of course, when it was popular to be running through the streets holding Black Lives Matter signs around the world. They had me confused. They had me tricked too. You know, when I seen everything, I saw all the protests happening all across the country. I saw everything happening all across the world. People in London, people in fucking Russia, people in Australia, people in It was people everywhere around the world marching for Black Lives Matter. It felt good to know that people cared, or you felt like people cared, until you realized it was just popular. And then on top of that, let's keep it real. We're in the middle of the panty. I'm going to call it the panty because motherfuckers is getting blocked left and right on YouTube for talking about certain shit. In the middle of the panty last year, where people had to stay inside, and the only way that people can be defiant and go outside and be around people was to be around a group of motherfuckers who was marching. What up, AP? Come on, man. Think about that shit. Think about that shit. The only excuse people had to go outside was to hold the Black Lives Matter signs up. Please remember that. I had to think about that. I had to stop and think. I'm like, why is this happening now? Motherfuckers been screaming Black Lives Matter for how long? Why is this happening now? Somebody answer my question. And then all of a sudden, boom. This happens. Where everybody all of a sudden is on one accord, and everybody is all put together, and everybody is all happy and happy-go-lucky, and everybody's Black Lives Matter. Let's get it. Man. Let me read some of y'all comments. Vincent Lee III said, to go through what we went through as a race, we are not weak, but we are very strong. Shout out to the Black queens and kings. Let's keep pushing. Much love to us. Exactly. Trauma said, I was under the impression that we were loved all over. Yeah, and then guess what? If we actually popped up in some of these countries, niggas would be like, ew, blacks. American blacks. Oh, ew. What are you doing here? Please don't protest. Please don't riot. Please don't knock off my local winery. Please don't set afire my favorite coffee shop. You negro. That's what would happen. I mean, at least that's what they would think. I thought he said panties. Nah, the panties, man. The panty. Lovelace says, see, that's why I don't post not nothing. People always got an unwanted opinion about what they think about you and don't even know about you at all. Don't know nothing about you. Vincent said they didn't care. They just didn't want to be on the wrong side of history. Exactly. That's exactly why motherfuckers got Black Lives Matter signs in their yards right now in the suburbs so that they won't look like racists. And so that if anything was to pop off, their house would be safe. Like, imagine if there was a big ass revolt and every black person around America and around every neighborhood, whether it be the hood or the suburbs, decided to go and start just seeking out people. You know how many Black Lives Matter signs will pop up in people's yards as a sign of camaraderie? It's crazy. But of course, that'll never happen. Black people are not like that. Black people are very peaceful. Why do you think we want the peace so bad that we will go through the extreme to get it? The fuck do people? That's the crazy part. They'll try to knock you off or try to pass you off as somebody who's barbaric or an animal, when the only thing you want is to be treated equally. Something that is a basic human decency. Something that is basic human rights. And y'all want motherfuckers, and y'all try to paint people as animals. Nah, the animals is who actually took people and treated them like animals and enslaved them and then built this whole entire country and then moved on and was like, you know what? You're free now. You're good. Yeah, it was over 400 years, but shit, you know, you're free now. Do your thing. It's crazy. What up, Fooster? What up, JG? Lovelace said, did you say you blacks? And that's how they be too. Yeah. Blacklight said, if we all showed up in Canada, Canada would turn into Mississippi. Canadians, I feel like, why do I think Canadians love black people? Am I right or am I wrong? Am I wrong about that? Because somebody was saying something about like black people moving to Canada and how it's just so great in Canada. Do Canadians love black people? If they do, I think we just found our new motherland. Player for life. They really trying to protect their homes. Facts, exactly. He said the blood on the door. Hell yeah. No, that's you should see it around like because Minneapolis was ground zero for the new revolution that was supposed to be starting here. And then all of a sudden, I started seeing hella Black Lives Matter signs posted up in people's fucking yards and shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. He said you dead wrong. Do they not like black people? I don't know if they do or not. Bad C said that's how the LA riots was a lot of black-owned businesses with Asians and Latinos in them. Simo said, facts. I seen so many black-owned businesses or Black Lives Matter signs up last year. Yeah, and still to this day, people with Black Lives Matter signs, and then underneath the Black Lives Matter in quotes it says, "I hear you, I stand with you. Please don't fuck me up." That's what they should say. There should be a lot of black and white signs in people's yards that just say simply, "Please don't fuck me up." Just touched down in Oakland. Oh shit, what you doing in Oakland, Black Light? AP said they don't want you to be equal. They want you to be in line. Yeah, you're supposed to be in there. You're supposed to follow by the code that they set for you, not the code that you start building for yourself. See, now when we started building the code for ourselves, they started to integrate themselves inside of that so that we wouldn't be able to be back into a uplifted part of segregation in a country where it's free and where we don't have segregation rules at all. Segregation is not legal in this country. They still do forms of it, but they abolished that essentially. So if black people decided willingly to segregate themselves from society, what do you think would happen? What do y'all think would happen? This is a question I have for y'all. He said infiltrate. Trauma said, I know a dude, him and his family moved to Australia. He said they love black people over there. That tripped me out. Yeah, because we really don't know what's going on in these other countries. That's why I hate the narrative about like other black people in other countries and how they feel about us. I don't want to have that narrative. I wish that narrative didn't even exist because we need to all be on one accord whether we live in this country or not. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's why I said like I felt duped almost after realizing the whole reason why there was so many people out protesting after George Floyd. Like when you really sat back and thought about all the variables that had to do with what was going on, people had a lot of free time on their hands, bro. When the panty happened, how many of y'all noticed how everything died down like a weekday? You can go on a drive on a weekday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, major rush hour times. Won't be nobody on the road type shit. It's almost like a desert town. Everywhere. And when the shit first happened, when the whole lockdown, shutdown, all that shit first happened. If we were, repeat the question, if we chose to willingly separate or segregate ourselves from everybody else, what do you think will happen in this country? AP said, if we can figure out how to get the violence out of the hood, we can transform the hood into a black heaven on earth. That's the goal. That's ultimately where I hope the mindset would get to. Like, I hope one day to click for niggas in the hood that have all this beef with everybody. And I know how deep rooted it is. That's the thing. Like, when it comes to trauma, there's heavy trauma that has to be dealt with. You can't get over the shit quickly. It's not easy. It takes a level of mental strength to get over a lot of this shit that's happening in the hood. This dude over here killed your partner. Somebody over here killed your brother. Or somebody shot at you and missed and hit your child, and now your child gone. Like that's unforgivable type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a revolving door. Y'all know how many kids get killed every year from these stray bullets? That's a very unforgivable thing to deal with. And that's very hard to come back from if you ever come back from that. There's a lot that trauma that is so deep rooted in the hood. It's gonna take a lot of work, and that's why people choose to say fuck it. I'll just leave it alone and leave the hood to the hood and not even try, because it's like it's so deep rooted and it's so prominent. Like, what can you do? At that point, you're asking yourself, what can you do? Vincent Lee said that narrative comes from them trying to always keep us separated. Yep. Just a guy who gives, I'm from NYC. What does black life in Minnesota look like? And do you have any known black entertainers who is known from there? Yeah. For one, I will say this. It was crazy to me to hear, like, I got to see firsthand how social media and how the mainstream media period likes to navigate people's thoughts. Excuse me, because everything that happened in South Minneapolis with all the riots and all the looting and all the protests and how fucked up it looked on camera, that, and if you go by that place right now, the same exact place where all the shit started, like I said, was ground zero for all that shit that happened after George Floyd and how fucked up it looked. For anybody that has never been to Minneapolis or never been here or don't know what it looks like over there, y'all would think that it looks fucked up right now, right? Do y'all know that they rebuilt everything already? And I mean, like, it was towards the beginning of the year when everything was finished. I'm talking about when I went over there right after all the riots happened, when everything was all fucked up, the Cub Foods over there's a big, stupid, dumbass plaza that has a Target and a Cub Foods and a whole bunch of different stores, right? All that shit's good. The whole neighborhood's good. Everything's fixed. Everything looks normal. Did y'all know that? Did y'all ever see that in the hood or in the news? Nobody sees that. And I drive over there all the time. Nobody sees what it looks like. And matter of fact, that's gonna be my mission today. After I watch my guy AP's show today at 2:00, I am going to go over south and I'm going to go live and I'm going to show you guys what over south looks like after what happened last year that looked like it was supposed to be so fucked up. No, there's still the rubble and the shit. That's for when they build. They're building shit. That's what it looks like when you're building shit too. Not just from riots. When they have to build shit, they have to tear shit down and build other shit. So the rubble that's over there, those are places that they already had set out to build shit. That's my whole point too. They wasn't gonna rebuild that plaza. They were just gonna remodel it. So the fact that people destroyed it, they just did the work for them. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. To be honest. Am I surprised? Oh, hell no. Because I knew that shit was going to happen. I knew this shit was going to happen. The people did the work for them. They tried to make it seem like it was they. Of course, you got to see when we speak on gentrification, they don't like that shit. They don't like the fact that we know what they're doing. So to have us do it for them and then have put the blame on us and say, yeah, they did all that and they tore this shit down. Now we have to rebuild it. Y'all were going to do it anyway. Oh, you changed the show time? Tomorrow at 8? Okay, cool. He said RIP Kmart and Nicollet. That shit was going to be gone regardless. Who the fuck goes to Kmart? And I don't even say that in a snobby way. I don't remember the last time I've been to Kmart. And I used to love Kmart. Motherfucker, Kmart was let me tell you why I'm not hating on Kmart. Kmart was the first place and the only place on earth that I had a Christmas shopping spree at. They was doing some shit for motherfuckers that was on government assistance when I was a kid. And they gave some lucky kids, I don't know, a shopping spree. You had to go in there and spend it was like a certain amount of time, and you had like a certain amount of money, and you were supposed to go in there and just pick out what you wanted and then get it, and then in that time, and whatever you got in that time, you got it. So Kmart was solid for that. I got some nice ass fucking Christmas toys that year. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my mama too for keeping her eyes open on that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being the type of motherfucker that's just sitting at home worried about herself and where the fuck a nigga's at and where the fuck her feelings can go into another nigga while she got 3 kids at home. Shout out to my mama. Hold up. We still got a Kmart here. I think, I hope. Nigga, I thought my first Pokemon, and you bought your first Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Kmart was the alternative to go before you tried to go to like a Target or some shit. And then it just started to stink. And then it was just like, why the fuck does every Kmart I go into stink? Like it was like a franchise thing. You know, I thought it was a specific Kmart, but nah, it was like the Kmart over here and the Kmart over there and the Kmart on this side of the city. All them motherfuckers stank. The fuck happened? Why they stink like this? Why the fuck is this stench so prominent in Kmart? And then after that, it was just like, all right, then we start seeing the signs and saying, yeah, we're gonna start shutting down. It's like, I see why. Y'all got a smell problem. He said I used to steal nonstop. For real. He said Target is Kmart little bougie sister. For real. Y'all know, did y'all peep that too? Or was I the only one? Was there something on my upper lip? Or what, or is that y'all? See, he said for real, weird ass smell. See, yeah. Well, see, Ben Slim, you live in Minnesota, so was it a Minnesota thing? Or was there anybody else in other states and other cities who realized the smell in Kmart? See, High Def said the same thing. I don't understand. What happened? What happened to the smell? That shit crazy. Damn, so I wasn't the only one. Fuck. Well, now, why do we start talking about Kmart? Oh, because we was talking about everything going on out here. Now, even with everything going on out here and all the and people, let's even talk about the police out here, because for some reason, that's another thing I hear from other black people who live in other countries. They talk about the fact that, oh, you guys talk about how the police are out there. Come out here to London and come see how these cops are here in other countries. You wouldn't survive. It's like, y'all talking about the same. Y'all need to be in the streets marching too, Nick. What the fuck? That's what I hate. The competition of who's being oppressed the most or who has it the worst. Like, people use that as a badge of who has it the worst. It's the craziest shit in the world. Like, why are you competing? If y'all police force is fucked up out there, y'all need to be out there in the streets, or y'all need to be having people in these rooms and in your government positions to try to change the rules out there if you don't like how it's going. Talking about niggas sensitive because we trying to fight back at the system that's fucking us up. And y'all taking it, apparently. We can't do nothing about it. They just put the baton in our ass. Come on, man. Do something about it. He said London police don't carry guns. Yeah, everybody's nice over there. It's another reason why I told that nigga he was scared to come here. You keep talking about the streets every time you talk about a black person. That just shows that you scared. You scared to come here. Talking about we focused on being rich and being CEOs. What? The fuck does that sound like? You was just marching for one of us last year. Fake ass motherfuckers. He said, come to London and watch these cops get poked. We poke them up. They have batons. We have daggers. I poke them. I poke. What you gonna do with London food? Go down and I stab you with the police in their shoe. Then the blood run down the food. I love London rap too, by the way. I wanna go to London and visit London and be around that culture too. Don't get it mistaken. But just know if one of you motherfuckers try to come up to me with that American black boy shit, I'm going to let you know what's going on with yourself. Talking about we wouldn't last over. You wouldn't last over here. Especially being a black person from a different country and you don't even know what's going on. They love that shit. They love using that shit to their advantage. Oh, you from another country and you don't know the rules out here? Let me fuck you up real quick. Let me bait you like I try to bait these other niggas out here who know what's going on out here, who I can't trip up. You an easy target. You wouldn't make it out here dealing with what the fuck niggas got to deal with on the daily from not just police, but niggas that look like them too. I guess that's why that motherfucker was like, oh, go, I hope you don't die in the streets you love to worship. That shit sound crazy to me. What up, AJ? Justin said Chicago people over the Midwest, they in Indianapolis heavy. Bianca said, did you already talk about the video title? I came late. No, we still kind of talking about it. He said, Skepta fire. Yeah, Skepta's dope. Did you just do some accent rap bars? Yeah, I did. Ew, what you wanna do? Down in London food. You batty boys don't know what to do. When I got my shoe and I got that loo. When I forget shoot the remember pew. Pew pew pick up boom boom boom. Shoot my gun and go pew pew pew. I only trust British people who speak Cockney slang. What is Cockney slang? Did I say that right? The way that it's spelled it seems like it's supposed to be said exactly how it's spelled, Cockney. Lovelace said GMS would hit him up or hit him with the right power of understanding. Yes. Sorry, I'm a little high. I read that backwards for some reason on some dyslexic shit. They look at you crazy if you say one word wrong in their language. I know. What up, good? What up, good folk? Reggie, Indiana in the building. Hello, bro. Bro. You don't want nothing with me. I come down and you see that I got the green, more steak. And I come down, you don't hate. And I come forward when you don't eat the steaks. Who can relate? My mom, she's real cool. Me and my dad, we do real things and we are fools. We sit on the couch, we watch Netflix together. And when it's hot outside, I enjoy the weather. You don't want to talk to me. You don't want to fuck with me. I come down with the green. Ooh, pow, pow, pow. With that mean, sling, green. Ew. Straight balls, brother. Straight balls. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. I got balls for days. I don't think you have a facilities for that, my big man. He said, not grime. Yeah, it is. It is. Dylan. I got the fire. I got desire. Take your girl, hit her from behind her. And if her mom got a big ass, I'll get behind her. Sticky in. With my friends, we run a train till the end. You don't want to fuck with us. I like doing that shit for some reason. Like, it's no disrespect. It's just fun to do that shit. Because it's like, the way them niggas be spitting be fucking. I should let you hear this dude. Because he got his little London flip going on. Let me see this dude's page. Y'all want to hear this guy rap who was getting into it with me earlier, talking about black people need to stop being in the hood and glorifying the hood? Let's listen to this guy. Let's listen to him.
Naruto Uzumaki. And my soul be gaping hollow like I'm Ichigo Kurosaki. I'm just trying to live my life, solo path beyond my own. Yet still these haters swarm around me, bringing negativity to my phone. Bill up and roll, never from England but never to go. Still give me gaming on best of the dome. Linking my tape 4 a.m. on the low. Start of the night but the end of the show. Turning up where you got nowhere to go. Back as a 10, she a hazard I know. Back as a 10, she a hazard I know. Hold up, girls pull me out like Rahim. Working so hard from Starling. Baby I'm magic like Marlin. Commanding the game like Starling. I ain't picking up no darling. I ain't picking up no darling.
He not picking up no darling. She said clean up. He said, no, I'm not picking up no darling. Even when they want to be assholes to their girl, they still nice. Can you pick up? No. I will not do that, darling. I will not do that. Okay? I don't need to pick up anything. So please, with all due respect, don't tell me to pick up anything. Anything at all. Okay? I love you. Stop it. Stop it right now. I'm picking up shit. Bitch. She said, okay, bye. Thank you. Come on, man. And that's another thing. She said, AP, you stole the sentiments right out of my head. He said, why don't they use their own cadence? It's funny because like you bring up the hood shit, but you taking what you see from out here and applying it to your music. Whether it be your content matter, it's the way you flowing, it's the beats, it's how y'all try to adapt. You try, like, that's what I mean. I always say that shit about how black people move the culture. Black Americans move the culture. And then the ones who live in other countries who develop their own style move their culture. And then they integrate into American music and entertainment. As to where we in America integrate with their, you know what I'm saying, their movements and their culture and shit when we go overseas and perform overseas. They love us overseas. Do y'all understand rap artists can go overseas and tour for the rest of their life? Not only because of the fact that they love hip hop so much out there, but they're a little behind. So they're just catching on to certain shit. Like, you know how there's a Wu-Tang album. Name a classic Wu-Tang album. There's somebody in London finding out about that for the first time. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like how, you know, our generation will find out for the first time. Like, we'll find out from our parents who were, or our uncles or our cousins, some people who are older than us who lived in that generation and can be able to talk to us about the shit. They find it in a way where, what is this? What the fuck is Wu-Tang? Wu-Tang? Sounds about right. I'm going to put this in the privy. Check it out. Oh, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. And then there you go. Now Wu-Tang can go and fucking travel and tour in London for a whole year. Not have to do one single show in America ever again. Because of the fact that they just found something that is going to last forever, just like it lasts forever out here. Does that make sense? He said, we run train. Even in Japan, Nujabes was loving on hip hop and paying homage to us. Bro, first of all, I forget, is that how you say his name? I forgot. I always say Nujabes. So that's how I always said his name. I've heard it differently, but I've always said Nujabes. But shout out to that motherfucker, man. I think Nujabes passed away. So RIP, but that motherfucker was great. Ain't nobody flow better than old boy from GTA 3 soundtrack. LOL, dude just rapping for like an hour straight. They are doing an imitation of a black American rapper. Yeah. Chief Wildfire said, we built the house. They brought some furniture we didn't ask for, but thankful. Hey, that's a fact. I like how you put that. He said North Korea is still using Internet Explorer. Player for Life said, no disrespect to the solid peeps over there, but I'll make fun of any and everyone. So with that being said, why don't they rap about tea time and sword fights? Why don't they rap about tea time and sword fights? And how they've got into arguments with their brother. And they disagree. They agree to disagree, but they still love him. I still love you, brother. You can talk about that. Talk about how you ain't got to worry about a police drawing down on you, but in other words, trying to give you a good talking to as to why you shouldn't do those crimes you're doing. The Islamic said he met Nujabes when I worked on Samurai Champloo for Tokyo Pop Rip to a cool. You worked on one of my favorite anime shows ever that I still look up and watch today. Fizz, I think you just became one of my new favorite people. Yep, it was a car wreck. That's what it was. RIP. He said, hey, they had Joel Santana kidnapped. I know you seen that vid, GMS. Who? Who did? London? London town? London had Joel Santana. You think you come here from New York and you run shit, brother. Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. Come with us. You don't run shit, brother. You may be Joel's over there in the US, but here in London, you're ours. Get in the trunk, please. He said only real cool British rappers is the streets. Yeah, trust me, they got some streets in London. They got some hoods in London. I will never ever dispute that. But some of these motherfuckers, you can tell. Like this motherfucker that y'all just heard a little bit ago. He said only real, yeah. AP said, is it just me? But I swear I can't watch hood movies and shows in that English accent. I can't either because it throws me off. And I feel like I be paying too much to the accent than them actually saying the words. That makes sense? What yourself, bruv? The Islamic said, bruh, Samurai Champloo, Outlaw Star, and Initial D, GTO, Death Note, LOL. I was a production artist. Fam, that's amazing. That's actually fucking amazing. Shout out to you. Like, for real. No, shout out to you. That's actually fucking dope. Trauma says, same lesson to be learned from the street in the U.S. Exactly. No hood is more dangerous than the other. If your hood shoot and that hood shoot, you're both dangerous. It don't matter how many guns exist in your hood. If both you motherfuckers out here acting a goddamn fool, both y'all motherfucking shits is dangerous. I don't give a fuck where you come from. That's what I hate. Like, some people be shouting out where they come from to, like, try to intimidate people. It don't matter. The most nerdiest of the nerds have walked into a school and let off. Nobody is worried about any of that. We live in a different time, a way different time. Damn, I feel like watching that shit too. I might watch when I get off here. After I take a puff of something good. But that's just, that's basically how I feel about that part of everything. I honestly just I'm one of those people that like to bridge the gap, instead of divide the two. So I'm not gonna try to, separate us in categories other than the fact that we live in different countries. You know what I'm saying? We all got to see eye to eye at some point. We all got to come together genuinely, and not just when it's convenient for everybody and when it's a moment for somebody to shine. You genuinely got to give a fuck about the people. That's all I got to say. Now, with that said, GMS fam, the Green Room, I appreciate you guys so fucking much today. You guys pulled up and had a very good conversation with me. I really, really fucking appreciate y'all. So what I need y'all to do is everybody that puts a GMS in the comments, I will shout y'all out right now. Everybody, put a GMS in the comments. Everybody, and I mean everybody. Even if you didn't participate in the chat, put a GMS in the chat below, and I'm gonna shout you out as we get up out of here. Yeah. Y'all want to get it? Let's go. What's gangster is raising your family. Facts. Facts. Duane Isaac said, it's more admiration than hate. People love hating American English. It's only certain countries who trip. And I agree with that. I agree with that. We gonna put it, and that's where we gonna end it right there. Shout out to you, Duane Isaacs. Everybody put a motherfucking GMS in the chat. I'ma shout everybody out. The Green Room, let's go. Shout out to Player for Life, my guy AP, Love Lace, The Islamic, Vincent Lee III, Chief Wildfire, JR Miller, Reggie Indiana, Justin, Binky Bianca, Trauma, AJ the Engineer, my bruv from another month. Lady Aries, Reality Watch, Kid at Heart, Sin Brown, JR Miller in the chat, C Mo. Let's get it. Go ahead and hit that shop link as you can see. Go shop for a GMS t-shirt, rolling tray, basketball jersey, baseball jersey. Get it customized to your liking from the number to the name on the back. Go listen to those GMS beats on Bandcamp. Go click that link and listen to all the beat albums I have. There's 4 volumes, plenty of music to listen to and to gather. Follow me on my socials. I'll follow everybody back from my Instagram, Twitter, and my Snap. Hit the Cash App if you're feeling generous, GMS fam. It would be so much appreciated. I would love it. I appreciate y'all so much, man. Salutations and shout out to everybody in the Green Room. Joshua Pate, I see you, my guy. Y'all have a blessed one. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I'm going to see y'all Monday.